Hey, so we tried to start that carburetor I just rebuilt, and you notice the car had a little bit of a hard time. So we're going to go over to the bench and kind of see what happened because I have an idea of what's wrong. All right, so over at the bench, give a nice perspective on the carburetor. So I'm going to pull it off, pull the top off. Trying to get gas everywhere. Now, the first thing, I don't care what type of carburetor it is, Holly, Carter, Edelbrock, uh, Weber, or Rochester. If the fuel level is above where it can drip into the main primaries, you have a real issue. So what I'm thinking happened with this carburetor is one of two things, and we're going to go through checking them. It's either the needle and seat, which sit in here, or these floats. These are original. These are actually original to the carburetor. They felt light, so they didn't hear swishy. They didn't look compressed, so I reused them. But down in here is the needle and seat, and that stops the flow, and I'm able to blow through this. It's like I have it's a Methuselah, right? Or is that what it's called? Like it's a horn. I don't know, you can't hear that, but I can. There's air escaping. So we're going to do the needle and seat, but I'm also going to show you how to test floats to see if they're any good. Let's get to that. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these, and I marked it. You always should mark what side the float came from if you're going to reuse it. This is on the passenger side, but a P on the bottom. Doesn't affect anything, doesn't hurt anything. So we're going to take the holder out. There's the float. Psst. Doesn't make any noise. And then here, we're going to take the other side out. And, and you can also see how high up it was on this, because it cleaned it. And then on this side, that looks a little bit higher. Like a lot bit higher. Like the whole thing's been cleaned, which it should not be. They were set at the proper height. I checked before I came on camera. So here is your needles. See, and it's just real simple. Just a little bit of pressure stops supposed to stop the flow from coming in. And there's the casings for it. So we're going to change these out first, and then we're going to go from there. Of course, you need the widest screwdriver you can ever find because the way these sit in there. I'll pull that out. Pull that out. Okay, so gotta look in there. There could be dirt in there, so we're gonna take a Q-tip. There's already gasoline in it, and I'm gonna rub it in there and get all the, if there's a little piece of dirt in there, because it doesn't take a lot, and it's kind of yucky. Stay. Kind of clean in there. There's the little gasket with it. There's stuff. Both the gaskets look good. Right, that one looks good, still in there. So, but that's a little dirty. That could be the problem. But we're still going to check the floats anyway. So we're going to put these back in here. Put you back in here. screw back in here. Kind of. Okay, so what we're gonna do is put a little bit of pressure on them and blow. They seem good. Okay. So now we're going to test the floats. I'm going to show you how you test these, because it's not rocket science. It's actually pretty straightforward. Okay, so well, I don't like this perspective very much, but oh well. So here is the real scientific method to do this. Hot tap water, like 150 degrees, because that's about as hot as it is in there. Because you want to see if it expands a little bit from sitting in the hot water. See, I'm just pressing it down and looking for air bubbles. I mean, these suckers are super buoyant, though. I mean, it's like that scene from Jaws. I mean, they just come flying out of the water. So I think the issue was in the needle and seat, maybe some junk in it. So we clean them up. I'm gonna give them a try, because it seemed like it was holding air. Because the car only puts 6 pounds of pressure on it. It's really not a lot at all. So blowing in there as hard as you can, yeah, that's probably more than what the car's gonna do. So we're just trying to make sure. Okay, let's start putting this back together, and then we'll go and we will put it back on the car and pray that it works. How's that for a plan? Okay, so as you can hear, I fixed that carburetor. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Alright, so it's going to get a little loud. I'm probably going to edit that out, the sound as we get close to the motor. But, see? Running nice and smooth now. Pretty big, but not horrific. Nothing dripping inside. All better. Good, I don't like that. Ugh. So sometimes you just have to do the really simple things and double check that maybe something like a piece of dirt or just a little gack in there built up and kept it from seating properly, because now the car is definitely not flooding, it's definitely not running rich, it's idling nice. Those are my lifters. They make lots of noise because they're roads and that's what they do. But so yeah, I think another successful built carburetor. So yeah, we're ready to give it a test drive and see how everything goes. Once again, remember to take out your classic car, because you know, you may make someone's day, including your own. I'll catch you down the road.